I'm Ron Jess, and we're here at the Brighton Smokin Blues Rock Barbecue Party on Main Street. And it's really exciting. I want to thank Rob Johnson at Wayne Media for having us here. And if you can't see, there's a ton of people here. It's really cool. And I have a great guest today. I'd like to welcome. He's a close friend of mine. He's going to tell you what he does. But Bryan Bradford, welcome to Jessfor30.
Well, thanks for having me, man. Something having me back. I mean, that's a big thing right there, that you had me back for a second time.
Well, that's it. It's over for you. I got somebody else coming. Thanks for coming.
Well, that's great. Give me the pickles and we can go.
I've heard that before. No, it's cool to be here, isn't it, Brian?
It is. You know, Brighton is a great place. It's a beautiful night and what have you. We got a lot of people we can make fun of. I mean, wave to. But other than that, it's always great, man. I just this morning I was out playing golf and was out with supporting Love Inc. and their charity as a sponsor. We really believe in community support, and more businesses should be part of that.
Brian runs Veterans Connected right here on Main Street, about 50 feet from where we're at here. And the Veterans Connected, they're helping people all over town, and they're just great people. And Brian does a nice job, and he loves helping veterans, and we try to help them. In fact, Jessfor30 is, everybody knows, it's for veterans, charities, and foundations. So we help Brian every chance we get.
It's great, man. You donated your cottage. That was fantastic.
Twice.
Yeah, I mean, they should have cleaned it first, but
that's my wife's job.
No kidding, it was great, man. You guys are always great supporters of ours. Veterans Connected was founded in 2019, and you know, Ron, we just crossed over $800,000 that we've provided and support the veterans in the community, and about 60% of them are right here in Livingston County. We've actually expanded, and we're actually doing that not only in the county, but throughout the state and now throughout the country.
That's awesome. And Brian's done a lot of other things personally. He was totally involved in raising, he's going to tell you the number, but I know it was over $250,000. Right next to the mill pond, there's a tribute and all types of great things for the veterans. And take that away, will you, Brian?
Well, yeah, I had the great privilege of being the chairman of the board for the Brighton Veterans Memorial, the build of that project. And I was very proud that, you know, as somebody that's in the financial world, because I own Bradford Financial Advisors by day, I spin a few plates, but we raised, it was over $250,000, but we left about a $70,000 surplus fund when I decided to walk away from the board. And move on to other projects. But since 2009, I've been really advocate with regards to the veterans community. I helped change some legislation that actually would help veterans get qualified for benefits at just serving 90 days in the service, whereas prior to that it was 180 days. I've helped set up the Veterans Treatment Court. I was one of the original mentors for that program, and been mentoring veterans and young people with programs like Reaching Higher. Been doing that for quite a few years.
Yeah, that's awesome, and you know, it's just good to see, and you know, more people. We kind of wish would get involved, and you know, it's just getting the word out. I think because people want to help. A lot of them just don't know what's going on with Veterans Connected and some of the other wounded warriors, but it's out there, and there's a lot of people in need. I know there was a gentleman that was involved here not too long ago that was, you know, it was a situation where he just didn't know what exactly was available to him, and he had all those benefits for years that he just didn't reach out for, Brian.
Right, you were talking about the gentleman that we got a roof put on for. Yep. And you contacted us, and we put you in touch with the right people, and the awesome people over at Livingston County Veteran Services stepped up and put a new roof on for him. But That's the connected part of Veterans Connected. Is about us being able to have a incredible repertoire of places that we can go to get services. Now, people don't know you could be denied services for a couple different reasons. You could be denied because you didn't serve in the right time frame. You could be denied because you didn't get injured in the line of duty. You could be denied because your discharge isn't a honorable discharge, and that can happen just because they rushed the paperwork. And you also could be denied if you're over the income level for a lot of places. So 27% of veterans in the state of Michigan do not qualify for any benefits whatsoever.
That's amazing. Bryan, I know, I've seen you in action a few other times. Aren't you a comedian?
Yeah, don't tell my wife.
Hate to put you on the spot.
So early on, actually back in the days of WLLZ.
Yeah. It was a Wheels, obviously.
Yeah. Actually, I did some stuff. Actually, at one point, I recorded over 100 different voice impersonations.
Was Jim Johnson there? Because we had JJ on the show.
No, he was over at Riff at that point. But Doug Bodell was there.
Yeah,
and,
he's still doing it.
Yeah. So some of the old guys, and back then there was no money in it.
Yeah,
people were making, some of the disc jockeys were making like $15,000 a year.
It's kind of going back that way. J.P. McCarthy and Dick Burton. JP, when I was in high school, was making $1 million. It was a big deal. He was making $1 million a year. It's kind of like the newspapers. They kind of went up, and nobody buys newspapers anymore.
Well, yeah, but back when you were in high school, the tablet was used with a hammer and a chisel.
Why'd I sign up for this? You're talking about my great grandfather?
Yeah. That was it. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Came over from Ireland. Harry Madden.
To Ireland, yes.
God bless you.
The Irish smiles, a smile in there, yes.
Oh yeah, those blue eyes. Yeah.
I got some Irish background.
Bradford sounds more English than Irish.
It is English, German, French, Dutch, Irish. My ancestors have been kicked out of every decent country in the world. We came here.
Well, you better enjoy your time while you're still here.
Absolutely. But Brighton is awesome. I have done a few routines. I think you saw at the beginning last year when we did our Victory for Veterans dinner.
Yeah.
This year we got Adam Ferrara coming.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, last year we had John Heffron.
What was Adam? What was he doing? How was he famous?
He was famous for
Saturday Night Live, or
no, that'd be John Travolta. It's a little bit different. Yeah. One's dancing, the other's cars.
Oh, okay.
He was well known for Top Gear, the program Top Gear. They would tear apart these cars and challenge each other, and it was a pretty cool program.
Yeah.
And so he's coming out. He's our headliner this year. My wife said that I'm not a big comic. I said, wait a minute, I opened up for an A-list comic, so I guess I rate somewhere. She said, wait a minute, you just happened to hold the mic last beforehand. I went, there you go.
That's all it takes.
Right, and people laughed at my jokes, and she said they were laughing at me. I said, I'm still taking the laugh.
Well, part of it's no fear. You can't be afraid.
No, but that's something I really don't have. I don't understand what fear is.
Fear's not a good thing. Fear has no place in the world, You just got to go do it.
Hecklers are not safe anywhere near me.
Well, I got to tell you this thing. Yesterday in the studio for Wayne Media, we had 3 Michigan legends that played. They were All-Americans. They were pro football players. One of them's Tom Darden. He's in the Cleveland Hall of Fame. Glenn Dowdy. And, we just had these guys here, and Billy Taylor, touchdown Billy Taylor, maybe had the biggest touchdown in the history of Michigan football. Ohio State was favored in Ann Arbor by about 50 points. They came in 2 minutes to go, Michigan down 10-3, 7-3, and he ran a
Yeah,
touchdown.
Michigan keeps changing the score, don't they?
We're gonna be we're doing some great things with the Mellow Men, and they're into a lot of charities, foundations, and doing good things. And we're gonna tap it off. It looks like we're gonna be at the 50-yard line on the Thursday before homecoming. They're being honored against Wisconsin October 4th. October 2nd, we're going to be sitting like you and I right here on the big block M in the middle of the big house. How about that?
Well, that's awesome.
That's
man.
cool,
That's
right?
awesome. I really appreciate that as a Spartan, you know.
We don't worry about
All I
that.
can say is, oh, we had trouble with the snap.
Oh, yeah. You guys, you guys have nothing to talk about. You just get it together. I'm not going to say little brother because I didn't like when it was said. I thought it was bad, but
Let me
you
fix
remember that?
Let me fix your asterisk.
We're running out of time here, Brian. You've been in Brighton how many years?
Actually, we moved to Brighton in 2004. My wife grew up in Green Oak Township.
Uh-huh.
I grew up in Warren. We both put a vote in on where we were going to live. Apparently, I had a hanging chat. And so we live out here. And you know what? I have 4.5 acres now. Live in Pinckney. I have a tractor. And my wife said I'm fully converted into a country boy.
Yeah, country boy. That's why we avoided Pinckney like the plague. We moved here 32 years ago. I drove out there. There was one road in and one road out. Nothing's changed. So we
It was the road to hell. Literally.
Oh, that's the other one in. I forgot about that one.
When I met her, she was in Green Oak Township, and I lived in Warren, and she said take 8 Mile all the way out till it turns to dirt road. Well, it's 8-lane highway, and out where I lived in Warren.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean it turns into dirt highways? And I said, well, when does it drop off and go to hell? And she said 15 minutes further.
Oh.
Little did I know she was right.
Well, Brian, I appreciate you coming on, and next time I can't give you these Jess pickles right now, but I think I've already given you one.
I have
or
had
two.
them, yeah.
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 We've got to save them for the show. Is it going to be 100,000 people? I bet there's 20, 30,000 been walking by already. This is a biggest.
It is. It's always a big. I mean, you're coming out. It's fall. It's barbecue. What else do you need? You got football.
Cider and donuts.
You got football and barbecue, and it's just great. To be able to be out here in the public and the people come from all over the place. If you look at some of the sign-in registries at Chowmichi's or Oh My Lolly, and you see how far people come to come visit Brighton, it's great. But for those that don't know who Veterans Connected is, look us up, veteransconnected.org. All of our funding comes in through private funding. We don't get government funding. So we count on corporations. We count on great people like you, Ron, to spread the word about places like ours. Our board does not get paid. We are all volunteers.
Nice.
And
Why can't you guys become government? You just don't want to deal with that.
well, it'd be our 501c3. There are grants that are out there, but they usually want projects, and ours are kind of like that guy needs a car. That guy needs his house fixed. That guy needs something. And we're working on these things because most people don't realize 44 vets a day are dying by suicide, one every 32 minutes, which is absolutely staggering. It's multiples of the civilian rate, but the civilian has the problems themselves. Matter of fact, right here on this spot, on September 27th, we are going to be having Miss Michigan come in and join us. Did you know that she attempted suicide 5 times?
Wow.
She's right here, graduated from Brighton, Michigan. Fantastic young lady. She's right now competing for Miss America, but she's going to be walking in our PTSD suicide prevention march here on September 27th, right here at Brighton. So it's a great program. Last year we had 4 people that came to us and said they had a reason, they had a plan to end their lives, and at the end of the program they said they had a reason to live. So I mean, yeah, I love having comedy. Comedy's my vice for dealing with issues and what have you. But the fact of the matter is that, man, if we could just change one life, if we could save one life, it's all worth it. And we just crossed over $800,000 that we've given out since we started just 5 years ago. That is just absolutely staggering that we've done that. I can't wait next year. I think we can cross $1 million. And my goal is for us to give out $250,000 a year.
Well, we need more people like you, Brian, and that's fantastic. And anything we can do to help you, I'd be. If this March coming up, if we could come and help some way there, love to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I always appreciate you you having us out and helping blow the horn, if you will, because this is something that a lot of people don't know about. 44 vets a day die by suicide. I put too many flags on too many brothers and sisters' coffins, and the families all say the same thing. We never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Some of them have written out notes, and one of them last year, the family was telling us about how he wrote out all of the instructions, wrote out all the operations manuals, if you will, for the family on how to run the house and all the codes and everything, and then went out back and took his own life.
That's painful, isn't it? Oh,
So-
God, that breaks your heart.
I mean, we could bust each other's chops about being Michigan State and all that, and football, but at the end of the day, it's guys that are willing to put their lives on the line for people that don't even know. They don't even know. They come home, they suffer, and when you find somebody who's going quiet, going dark, it's time to reach out. It's time to pick up the phone and call them and say, "Man, I'm coming over."
Well, touchdown Billy Taylor, he lived on the streets for 2 years, Billy Taylor did, and he talked about that yesterday at length. And so he went from triumph to tragedy to triumph. He said those 2 years on the street, he was almost killed so many different times. But he's happy. He's God came in, tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Billy, the drinking's over. You're done with that." And one of the greatest things we've ever had, we had a young man call us and say that he had heard the stories and on our show, and it helped him. He was listening to tears running down his eyes. So if we got one guy that day for the 2 years we've been doing this, good.
That's the big deal right there. It's a. I remember someone saying, if you're too big to do the little things, you're too small to really achieve the really great things in life, and you have to be big enough to be able to reach down. Sometimes people, all they need is someone to say they care, that there's some hope, that somebody gives a damn.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that we hear when we help somebody at Veterans Connected is that you've given us hope, and that's what our job is. And as Christians, our job is to continually disciple, but give people hope, give people an opportunity to hear His word, hear Christ's word, and But I have no problem talking to people about God and Christ. It's not that they say the word believe. I don't believe in Jesus Christ. I don't believe in God Almighty. I know, and there's a difference. There's a vast difference. Even the devil believes in Jesus Christ, right? You can believe in flat Earth. It doesn't mean it's right.
Well, we always believe good beats evil, and I think as a country, our country gives and gives and gives and helps a lot of people, and it's a good thing, and good will defeat the devil every time. You just have to reach out and do it. You do have to get up and do the work.
That's right. That's why. Absolutely. So, I appreciate you guys having us on. Always, it's always a big thing for us to be able to get our message out there.
Sure.
And if we can get our message out there, then maybe we grow. Maybe people come join us and what have you. We're looking at growing this thing and expanding into other counties, expanding into other states. We help people across the country, and that to me it just blows my mind.
Well, I'm going to say this. I think we've covered it. There's only, I usually give everybody a pint of pickles, like Darren McCarty and Lance Parrish. Some of them come. Dave Rose, I talked to the other day, is cool as we golf together.
Dave Rose took $100 for me playing darts one day.
Did he? Well, I'm going to tell you.
Shark.
Some of them say, what do I get? What do we get? Like Jim Leland got in the Hall of Fame last year, and I called, and he wanted $10 grand or 20 grand or 30. I said, dude, I don't make a penny. You're not going to get a penny. I'll give you a pint of pickles, Jim. He never showed, he didn't respond. But I've got a choice for you. You can have a ring pop watermelon or a ring pop blue raspberry.
Well, I have to say, go green.
Oh. Nice to have you on, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Ron. Thank
Love
you.
buddy.
And now, that's all, folks.